Welcome back, Summoners, and thanks for joining us today as we go through and showcase another 6 awesome plays submitted by the League of Legends community. From Janna to Ziggs, this episode has it all, so sit back, relax, and enjoy as we begin with Kaninstek on Thresh. In the beginning, we see them reroute and head towards a small fight breaking out in the jungle. Thresh lands a hook on Kha'Zix and decides to go in with Vayne, and as soon as the stealth runs out, she condemns him into the wall but is forced to flash away. Vayne goes invisible and turns around as a well-timed heal speeds her up to finish off the bug, and then they split up. Thresh tosses a lantern to his ally and then chooses to actually flash over to bring Vayne with him, which ultimately could have made the difference in life or death for Vayne because they would have had to run all the way around, which runs a much higher risk of death. As LeBlanc chases, we see a final clutch save by Thresh when she goes for the double distortion, keeping Vayne alive thanks to a well-timed play. Storming her way into her number 4 spot, we have Temer on Janna with a beastly play to defend her teammates from death. Right off the bat, we see the friendly Pantheon come around back and flash over the binding into a kill on MF, but now he's in a weird spot and Temer wants to back him up. Knowing the enemy jungler must be close by, she groups up with Pantheon as he jumps onto Morgana, forcing her to flash away. She turns with a binding and her ultimate as the enemy Lee Sin comes in to finish off Pantheon. He goes for the execute, but she springs into action with a beautiful flash monsoon to push him maximum distance away. Lee Sin's Q comes back up and he goes in, but another well-timed tornado shuts him down a second time in a row as everyone backs away for now. As the remainder of this plays on, they eventually pick up a second kill in this play, but I wanted to say something before moving on to the number 3 spot. To be honest, this play and the next one are both beautiful in their own ways, and it was really hard to put them in order, so please take what spot these plays got with a grain of salt. Our next play follows Lily Valkyria on Draven as he goes for the desperation play when 2 players on his team go down at a crucial point in this game. The enemy team immediately tries to recall, but if you look at the minimap, we see Nidalee interrupt the enemy Braum to stall for Draven. At this point, they put all their eggs in one basket and all the pressure falls on Draven to end this game. We see the enemy Graves come rushing in, so Draven backs up to lifesteal, but unfortunately he goes down fast and now things just seem impossible. But not for Draven. He responds and immediately lands a huge crit, bursting down Graves while lifestealing to turn this into a 1v1. Braum gets so close to finishing him off, but in the end, the lifesteal and kiting mechanics overcome the damage and he's able to finish off the 1v2 and then the game right after. Blasting his way into our number 2 spot, we have AngryChini playing in a diamond elo game on Ziggs. After a failed tower dive, the friendly blue team is put in a terrible position as multiple players from both teams show up to bot lane. Ziggs comes in from the river and gets on Nidalee, dealing a ton of damage and forcing her to run towards her team. Since the enemy team is grouped up, he ults to finish off Nidalee while AoEing down more of his opponents. With 3 players on red team low, he moves in and flash ignites into an auto and Q on all 3, which is just enough damage to bring them all down. Afterwards, he turns to Jackson with the rest of his team. They finish him off, followed right after by 2 towers in the bot lane. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Andypande on Zed with a sick cleanup on the enemy team. Right now, he's around the dragon area as the rest of his team keep getting picked off in their own jungle. As he approaches the fight, he gets a really free kill on Rammus, and now we see that the enemy team is still pursuing the friendly Nidalee as he approaches. Blue team gets Nidalee under the tower, but here comes Andy. He ults Twitch, but shreds Nidalee first, leaving Twitch to die from the death mark as he swaps over to Ahri, but then swaps a second time as he utilizes his shadow to decimate the rest of blue team. And for the bonus clip of the week, we have Girls Love Zed on Yasuo with one of the coolest one-for-all plays I've ever seen. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and share it however you can. Thank you all for your fantastic support, and I'll see you back here soon.
Blue team double kill.